Hello, good morning everybody. Ayan, it's 9 a.m. once again and welcome to my FB Live. Sa lahat ng mga work from home na mga mommies at saka mga kuyas, mga tatays. Ayan, so welcome, no? Sa bawat isa. And also welcome to mga virtual assistants and aspiring virtual assistants on my vlog right now. Ayan. So, dito sa live stream, hindi masyadong marami ang nakakapanood sa aking gawa ng I stream at 9 a.m. no? I know that everybody is at their work areas, each of them. Ayan. So, medyo ano yung napili kong time. But it's okay. Kasi na-live naman. First is live siya. And then at the same time, they can watch it on replay. And also, I am uploading it on my YouTube channel. Ayan. Sa YouTube, marami pong nanonood. Yan. Kaya lang kasi hindi ako pwedeng mag-live both, I have to use my PC. And then, kailangan may gagamitin akong app para sa ganon. Both sa, naka-live ako sa FB and then naka-live din ako sa YouTube. Kaya lang, takes a lot of work to do that, you know. Hindi naman po ako talaga, sanay. Alright. But it's okay, you know. First and foremost, yes, good morning everybody. And, welcome once again. Just not sure kung naririnig nyo sa background yung aking aircon, pero I can't do anything about that, you know. Pero konti lang naman yata siya. Pero my mother-in-law watched my live stream and then sabi niya, the sound is kind of crumble or something na ganon. Pero it's okay. At least nanonood ang biyanan ko sa akin. Yan, love na love niya ako. Yeah, so at 7 a.m., my husband and I, we went to Robinson's Efteniedo to buy some groceries and some items para sa bahay, no? Kasi ilang araw na po kaming hindi talaga nagluluto, gawa ng one is very busy, two is wala si Mami nasa Pampanga, but now she's here, no? She can do the cooking for me. All right. So, before anything else, before I start with our, I wanted to share tips on content creation. Ayan. So, kasi ako din, natututo din ako. So, I want to share with you mga bagay na tinatry kong gawin, no? And what really works. So far, my niche that I chose really work. Actually, ang daming nag-message sa akin sa email ko, and they are not from the Philippines, but ibang lahi po sila, and they said that I have a lot of videos in my YouTube channel, pero hindi daw naka-SEO. Sabi ko, talaga? Sabi ko. So, they wanted me to use their services para daw ma-monetize yung aking YouTube channel and so on and so forth. And I said to them, not to brag, but ang sabi ko lang sa kanila, I don't need it. I just post videos there for anybody who wanted to watch and anybody who really needs help. But my objective is not really to monetize my YouTube channel or even itong aking FB Live. I'm not into monetizing it. But if in the long run it will be, then let it be like that. But I'm not gonna exert any means to just, crumble people in and then para lang magkapera ako. I can generate money in other ways. Yeah, but for me is that I just wanted to help. I just wanted to share with people what I am learning. Yan. So as I've said, we went to Robinson kanina. Merong maliit na niknik dito. Okay, anyway. Yes, gusto ko munang i-share, no, friend of mine, I think it was last month, end of last month, she did a soft opening of Buffet 198. It is located in the Junction, Tarlac City, no? Dito sa may bypass road po yan. Ayan, makikita nyo yung malaking sign, the Junction. Now, she will do the grand opening, no? Grand opening po niya sa August 17, that is Saturday. Nung soft opening, dinner pa lang yung sinaserve nila. But now, they are serving lunch from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. and then dinner from 6 p.m. up to 8 p.m. Masarap po ito kasi Filipino food. Yung mga bagay na hindi nyo, kasi matrabaho ko minsan yung mga Filipino food, no? But you can go check, no? Bigyan ko kayo ng idea, yung kanilang menu for Saturday is kare-kare, oriental chicken, spring roll, menudo, lechon kawali with achara, and then Bicol Express. Sarap nun. My favorite, dinuguan, and then ginataang kohol with suso at ginataang laing. Paborito ko yan. Sisig, paborito ng aking husband yan. And then, Mickey Bihon Gisado. For only 198, it's an eat-all-you-can buffet. Ayan. So, join us on August 17. Pupunta po kami doon ng aking husband. At if my sons are available during those, kasi naging busy na sila ngayon dahil nga pasukan na si Bunso ko at least 3 times a week, whole day na siya, kaya nagpa-increase siya ng allowance. Okay. Kasi sabi niya, Mami, kakain ako breakfast, lunch, tapos meron pang 2 merienda in between. And I said, it's okay. You know, so, ayun, dinagdagan ko yung allowance niya para hindi magutom. Kasi ang hirap naman yung aaral ka, nag-exert ka ng, kumbaga parang yung brain mo talagang nagwo-work overtime, tapos kumakalam yung sikmura mo. Ayan, sabi ko nga sa anak ko, okay lang yan, walang problema yan, sige lang, you know, habang kaya natin, yan, habang tayo ay may kaperahan, gawin natin yan. Ayan, so, join us again, no, sa August 17, Saturday, no, 11 until 2 p.m. ang lunch, and then 6 to 8 ang dinner. Ako pupunta ako doon dinner. Ayan. Kasi, hindi, Saturday pala to. Yeah, I might drop by there, either lunch or dinner. Pero, mamimili kami kasi ng aking manugang. So, baka gabi na kami pupunta or mag-dinner na lang kami doon. Yan. So, they are also open for group meetings and intimate events booking, no? Pero, kailangan papareserve po kayo. Ayan. So, you can go to their website, the Junction, Tarlac City, ang kanilang website. And then, you can inquire there and book, no? Pwede kayong magpabook doon. Kasi meron silang isang parang function hall doon na it can accommodate like 10 to 15 people if you have a group meetings, no? Maganda yung ganon para meron kayong privacy habang kayo ay nagmi-meeting, and at the same time enjoying the unlimited, no? Or eat all you can na pagkain. Basta wag po kayong magtitira, kailangan makain nyo lahat. Ayan. So, yes, my husband and I will be going there for their grand launching on Saturday. Ayan. Kita-kits po tayo. 198 lang. Imagine, eat all you can. Tapos meron ka pang dessert. Alam ko, meron dessert kasi the last time, merong, ano yun, coffee jelly na dessert. Ayan. Pero ako, di ko na ano yun, kasi ang dami ko na nakain, no? Lalo na, nagserve naman sila ng bihon gisado. Eh, favorite ko yun. Ayan. So, see you again, Saturday, August 17. Lunch is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and dinner is 6 to 8 p.m. And palaging fresh po ang kanilang sinuserve na pagkain doon. Ayan. So, they've been in operation, I think, for almost a month na, no? Since the, since the soft opening. Almost, magwa 1 month na sila niyan. Ayan. So, ang kanilang chef ay napakagaling magluto, no? Ang sarap ng luto niya. Talagang, Filipino ang dating. And then, meron kaming natikman na isa, which is, we thought was chicken siya, pero it's a fish fillet. Oo. Hindi siya malansa, hindi siya makate, no? So, nagustuhan ni Wendell yun. The last time we went there. So, anyhow, let's go back to what I wanted to share with you right now, which is all about content creation tips, no? Syempre, ako naman, ang pinoprovide ko lang naman ay practical tips and strategies para sa ganon, you can do it your own, no? And then you can test, trial, test things, what works for you. So far, for me, this works. Yeah, and then, as I've said a while ago, is the reason why I'm doing the live stream is just to share what I know, what I'm doing, what works for me, and it differs from one person to another, which works for you, okay? So, in creating or in content creation, whether it is on live streaming, whether in article writing or content writing, no, there are certain things that you have to take into consideration. So let's try natin i-dig deeper, no, yung mga content, itong mga tips na ito. First and foremost, of course, is kailangan malaman natin kung ano yung mga audiences natin or kung sino yung mga audiences natin. We have to understand them, no? Kasi yung success ng isang content, it will vary on how well you know your audience. So, on my part, being a general virtual assistant, no, ang aking mga target na mga audiences most likely are, of course, with the same profession as I am, mga virtual assistant, general virtual assistant, work from home, mga freelancers, mga entrepreneurs who wants to DIY their contents or their social media platform management things, no? So, kailangan makilala mo ang mga audience mo. And this involves more than just demographics. Pag sinabi mong demographics, it is about age, gender, location, no? So, that's what we call demographics dito sa audience na ginagawa natin. And then, you need to dig deeper kung ano yung interest, no, ng mga audience mo or ng demographics mo. And then, kailangan mong malaman ano ba yung mga pain points, no? Tapos, ano yung nagmo-motivate sa kanila. So, in the industry right now, ang pumapayagpag, I should say, because I am in this industry, is the industry of work from home, industry of virtual assistant services, and also freelancing, no? And kapag sinabi mo kasing virtual assistant, it doesn't only pertain to one position, but it is a lot, no? Kumbaga yung pag sinabi mong VA ka, it's a general term. So, pag sinabi mong ano yung specialization mo, say for example, ako yung specialization ko, I specialize in SEO. So, yun yung ano mo, yun yung kumbaga parang specialization mo. Pag halimbawa nag-take up ka ng course, no? Bachelor's degree in computer science, major in, ayan, yun yung ganon. Parang ganon din ang pagiging VA. So, kailangan, para malaman mo kung ano yung mga audiences mo, merong mga suggestions that you have to do some research. Okay? Ako naman, kumbaga, parang I already know because I am in the industry, so as you can see, there are a lot of Facebook Reels, there are a lot of stories, videos, no, sa YouTube, even in Google, no, that has widespread about VAs, freelancers, and many topics that is aligned to it. So, hindi na ako nag-conduct ng research. Kinuha ko lang kung ano yung niche na gusto ko. And then, you can actually use several research methods that will work, or that you can that will work for you, no? You can do survey, mga polls, no? You can conduct them by gathering feedbacks from here and there. Ako naman kasi when I started in this industry, agad na ako nagkaroon nag-create na ako ng Facebook page, because I am into a master group. So, yung sinasabi nila doon, yung dinidiscuss namin doon, I am already applying it on my personal, mga personal social media platforms ko. So, then, as I progress in being a VA for more than 10 years, continuously ginagawa ko lang yon, and then been doing small mga I could say mga side hustle jobs, or mga small projects here and there, no, apart from being a full-time general virtual assistant SEO with this company. Kumukuha pa ako ng mga maliit-liit, no? It's not because I wanted more money, but I wanted to learn more and enhance my talents, my gifts, para sa ganon, I will be able to share it with other people. And then, kailangan, another method in doing the research is also, kailangan makinig ka sa social media. Tingnan mo, yung pupulsuhan mo, yung social media. Ano ba talaga ang kailangan ng mga tao ngayon? Diba? Number 1, pera. So, hindi naman natin pwedeng ma-deny yan. People needs money. So, what is the solution? If people needs money, teach them how to fish instead of giving them money. Okay, kahapon, on a side note, I have a friend, no, actually, sabi niya, ate, matagal na kitang hindi nakikita. Sabi niya, I need your advice. So, sabi ko, anong advice yan? Sabi ko, basta wag lang pera kasi mahina ako dyan. Sabi ko sa kanya. Hindi, sabi niya. So, inano niya yung, yung parang naka-meet siya ng isang foreigner. Sabi niya, actually American. Sabi niya, nasa US Army, captain siya. And, ang daming, parang, para sa akin, it's like, parang scam. Yeah. So, sabi niya, tinatry kong i-send yung picture, ate, kasi alam ko, sabi niya, kaya mong ma-determine kung scammer siya o hindi. So, sabi ko sa kanya, tapos sabi niya, kaya lang ate, mahina yung aking data. Sabi niya, hindi ko ma-send yung picture, sabi niya. So, anyway, sabi ko, sige nga, send mo nga sa akin kung ano yung meron ka na, sabi ko, kasi nagdadalawang isip siya dahil, it's something na parang, they promised to give him, parang package or treasure, something to that, Pero ako kasi, anything that is so good to be true, I consider it scam. Ayan. So, I've learned that within my 10 years of doing research in everything, may mga nagme-message sa akin ng mga foreigners because they see that my last name is a foreigner. So, akala nila mapera ako. So, they send me messages, no? May mga nagsisend ng message request sa akin, nangungumusta sa akin. Ang sasabihin ko lang, do I know you? Ayan, antaray, no? Pero, the thing is, siguro, nakasanayan ko na that before I accept people as friends, or kung meron man ako na-accept na mga hindi legit, no? Immediately, once I dig deeper into their profile, I will see that they are not legit. Iba-block ko na sila, and then I'm not gonna communicate with them anymore. So, going back to this person, sinabi niya yung mga yon, and then sabi ko sa kanya, ito, na rin ito, tips na rin sa mga kapwa ko Pilipino dyan na may mga desire to like go to America or be with people or marry a foreigner, things like that. Okay? The first thing, ang sinuggest kasi sa akin before nung sinabi ko na an American is courting me, ganyan-ganyan. So, sabi ng friend ko sa akin, go check, sabi niya, dito sa website na to, kung ano ang niya, background. Kumbaga, and you just need to pay $25 on that app. And then, it will give you the entire report of that person. History ng person na yon, sino yung former wife niya, mga pangalan ng mga anak niya. The US has that, no? But you have to pay $25, which is I don't mind. Kasi kesa naman sa ma-scam ako during those times, no? And my husband was like, how did you know about me? I said, well, I went to this website, I paid $25, and then voila. So, everything, your credit report, your background, you know. Nakakatakot, di ba, kung minsan isipin yung ganon, no? But the good thing is, it prevents other people from being scammed, you know. So, anyhow, going back to the story doon sa friend ko, sabi ko sa kanya, number one, sabi ko, kapag US Army yan, isa sa mga oath of office niyan is, they will never, ever tell you their position in the Army. Okay? That's number one. Kasi red flag na yon. You don't say that, I'm a colonel, I'm a lieutenant colonel, I'm a general, I'm a... No yan sa mga foreigner who has been in the service. They will never tell you. Number one, is nasa oath of office nila yan. Pinirmahan nila yan. No? Kaya nga, if you notice when foreigners na in the service, if they are caught, especially the Americans, kahit torturing hanggang mamatay sila, they will never tell you anything. They were programmed to that part. Okay? That's one. Number two, they will never ever tell you kung saan sila nakabase. Okay? Number two, red flag na yon. Tapos sabi nga niya sa akin, nakabase daw siya sa Yemen. And me knowing, I came from, Saudi Arabia, which is just a wall boundary in Yemen. Alam ko walang US base doon na nakabase. Okay? Pero meron silang mga fleet going there, but they don't have a US base there in Yemen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, when I was there, walang US base doon sa Yemen. Alright? So, that's second red flag. And then, the third red flag is, isipin mo, bakit niya i-divulge lahat ng mga informations na ito sa iyo? You're not even the relative. Okay? So, you know, I didn't know anything about the military background of my husband until I got married with him, and then I was going through all his papers. Inaayos ko yung mga papers niya, yung birth certificate niya, because during that time, decide na kami that he will settle down here in the Philippines, and then I have to provide his birth certificate, no, para dun sa aming marriage license. Yeah. And so, nakita ko yung kanyang, discharge slip. And talagang napanganga ako. If you see him, he is just a normal, parang komedyante na person. But he has a certain serious side of him. You know, and I was like, ay, naku, nakakatakot pala to. You know, but you know what? He's a totally changed man because of when he came to know Christ. Although nung nasa military siya, doon niya nakilala si Jesus Christ, and he wasn't able to escape the prayer of his mom. So, for those of you na mga nakikinig ngayon and you have these things, you know, na nag-chat sa inyo or nakilala nyo lang online, please, no, beware and be aware. That will help you determine mga bagay na ito. And ay nako, grabe ang mundo, how deceiving is the world right now. But the good thing is If there are things like that, do not hesitate to ask somebody na may alam or may mga experiences sa ganyan, no? My mom almost had that before, no? But we put a stop on it kasi akala niya yung kamag-anak niya yon. So, that person pretended to be kamag-anak ni mama ko. So, when my sister stood, kumbaga parang stood up and called the person, kasi ang dami nilang strategies, ang dami nilang, akala mo it's so true, no? They will send you emails, messages, all these things. Akala mo talaga totoong-totoo. But anyway, going back to where we were, so you understand the audience, okay, when you are doing content. And then, in order to understand your audience, okay, you can do surveys, yeah, and then you can check social media, no, and then may mga analytics tools na pwedeng gamitin. But I haven't been using the analytics tools for my own personal na mga live streaming. Ayan. And then, creating audience persona. Okay, when you say creating audience persona, it is yung gagawa ka ng isang halimbawa demographics, and then lalagyan mo siya ng pangalan. Say for example, ang target mo is mga virtual assistant that are into social media management. Okay? So you can create a persona na VA social media management. And then tapos lalagay mo yung mga demographics doon, no? And then yung content preferences mo doon. Ayan. So ito yung mga persona that will guide you in your content creation. So when you are developing content, you ask yourself, would this resonate with this person? Yung kumbaga, iaano mo siya, like, she's a 30-year-old mom and she's a work from home, so who values time-saving tips. So things like that, no? So you have to know and understand your audience. And then number 2 is brainstorm and plan ahead. Kailangan meron kang content planning. In my one of my YouTube tutorials lesson which I shared in the social media management, ito yung ginawa namin. We created an output activity wherein it's a social media management plan na good for 1 month. But you can also make that in 365 days or good for 1 year, and then adapt, change ka na lang. Basta't meron ka ng the bare minimum of having this kind of content na planadong-planado. So you have to make a content calendar, and then you create and organize the calendar with your ideas and the schedule of posts. So, yung calendar kasi, it will help you maintain consistency, and then it will ensure you that you post regularly and you don't miss any important dates or events. Ayan. So, para sa akin is like, I use certain tools like Buffer. I think I have shared it with you one time, no, that I am using Buffer to post on 3 channels, which is LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. I tried adding yung aking YouTube channel para sana mag-post, pero hindi niya ina-allow yung videos. Ang ina-allow lang niya mga photos. So, Buffer is a good tool if you are a starting up na negosyante. So that you don't need to post every day, no, na kailangan you have to set aside. No, what you can do is set 1 day. Kasi kapag free account ang ginagamit mo with Buffer, is you can schedule 10 days. And then you have 3 free channel that you can set up there. And then lalagay mo na siya doon. You can use Canva to create a appealing photo, no? And then after that, you can post it every 10 days nun, or before the end of the day, kasi 10 days lang ang pwede mong i-post if you're using a free account. But if you are using a paid account, I think you can post 1 month or 1 year, depende kung ano yung plan na pinili mo. Ayan, mostly big companies, they are having the plan for 1 year, no? And then they hire somebody to do the postings, no? They have their own VA for social media management alone. Kasi in order to make your social media active, no, kailangan consistently may posts yan. And that will, kumbaga parang mag-grasp yan ng attention from the social media because nakikita nila that you are consistently, no, having some post. And if you will see sometimes, no, dun sa mga feed natin sa Facebook, dun sa side, no, may makikita ka dyan na parang, ay, si ano, not everybody is paying Facebook ads, pero sometimes napupunta sila doon. It's because of their post, their engaging post, their post that is SEO'd, no? So, yun yung isa sa mga ano. And then, you have to incorporate yung mga trends, no? Ano yung mga trends? Kailangan updated ka. Kung ano yung mga ongoing trends ngayon sa Google Trends, sa Twitter hashtags, no? Yung mga, yan, kailangan updated palagi, no? I noticed yung mga yung mga nagla-live, no? They always use FYP Reels, yung mga hashtags na ganon, o kaya yung hashtag FB Reels mate ko. Okay? So, these people, they are in grouping, no? Kaya kung makikita ninyo, sila-sila, isa silang grupo that they are engaging with one another. Kapag nag-live itong si ano nito, susuportahan nila. Ayan. In order to, kumbaga parang ililift nila yung tao na yon or yung nagla-live na yon, ililift nila until ma-reach niya yung milestone with Facebook. And then, when Facebook sees that activity, they will eventually monetize. But, I am not sure how much it monetizes or Facebook monetizes a certain person na gumagawa ng mga live stream na ganito, no? But I think it's not that high, no? Hindi ganoon kalaki ang monetization that they are providing. But I think it is better than nothing. Ayan. So, that is one thing. And then number 3 is you have to create compelling headlines, no? Kailangan marunong kang gumawa ng mga headline, no? May mga techniques naman yan. Say for example, yung curiosity technique, no? Yung mga hint, no? Like yung mga topics like, oh, you won't believe this 5 content creation hacks. Yung mga ganong klase ng mga headline. And then pwede naman yung mga urgent na mga headline. Makikita natin ito more often sa mga nagpo-post, no? Yung read this before your next post. Tapos essential tips for August 2024. Diba curious ka ngayon, no? Kasi parang may sense of urgency siya. And then value proposition, no? Like say for example yung boost your engagement with these 10 proven social media strategies. Ayan. Meron akong pinost kahapon, ano ko lang, yung title ng aking blog kahapon, na pinost ko dun sa aking blog site, no? Yung From Burnout to Breakthrough, Re-energizing Your Work and Life. Ayan. I think I discussed this yesterday doon sa ating live stream, no? So, that is one of the things that meron ako dito isang vlog, Building Healthier Habits for Virtual Assistants, na maybe one day I'll discuss that to you. But if you want, kung nagmamadali kayo, pwede nyo na siyang basahin. Nandoon siya sa aking blog site. Ayan. Oo, para mas lalo natin siya ma-appreciate. Ayan. So, and then clarity versus creativity. Kailangan mabalanse natin yung communication with creative expression, no? Kailangan yung headline natin ay naiintindihan. Huwag na tayong gumamit ng mga jargons, huwag na tayong gumamit ng mga highfalutin words, no? Kailangan yung kahit bata maiintindihan kung ano ang ibig sabihin nun. So, number 4 is create high-quality content. So, kailangan alam mo yung content structure, no? Merong introduction, may body, may conclusion. More often, ito yung mga ginagamit ng mga nagpipreach, ng mga nagtuturo. Okay? So, you have the introduction, you have the body, and then you have the conclusion. And then, content depth, no? Ito yung, it offers deeper insights than what's commonly available. Example nito is, if you're writing about SEO, no? Don't just list tips. Kailangan i-expound or i-explain mo the reasoning behind them, no? And then, provide case studies or examples. That's why, for me, when I say that I can share with you what I know only, kumbaga based sa aking experience, and it's not something that I just make up or I just research and then tell you, but this is something that is based on experience. Yeah. And then, kailangan may originality ka rin. Now, optimizing a content for SEO, no, there are only a few that I could share with you, like keyword research, no, kailangan you have to find the keywords that is useful. So, meron namang mga tools na pwedeng gamitin, no, like what? Meron tinatawag na Google Keyword Planner, pero ako, ang ginagamit ko is Ahrefs. Ahrefs or Ahrefs or SEMrush. SEMrush para ma-identify yung mga keywords that is relevant to the topic. So, I use this when I was asked to do a 1,000 word content for each of the point of interest in a certain city in the United States. So, ang company namin, we are doing property management for other companies. So, ang nangyayari is, I was asked to create points of interest na tinatawag. Siyempre, ililink namin doon yung aming client, and then after that, we do the SEO or the keyword research for that. Para sa ganon, ma-maximize yung volume at saka yung mga long tail keywords na ginagamit. Kasi meron yung tinatawag na broad and tinatawag na phrase. Okay? So, these things is what works. I mean, these are the behind the scenes sa Google research. Behind the scenes sa SERP ni Google. Alright? So, keyword placement, you have to include these keywords in key areas like sa title, sa header, sa meta description, and then all throughout the content. Hindi naman yung redundant mo siyang ginagamit over and over again. But, at least, you know, nandoon siya, and it has to fit naturally and avoid yung keyword stuffing na tinatawag or yung paulit-ulit na keyword. Say for example, in our clients, we use the property management companies, property management, agents, and then we have house for rent or rent my house. Okay? Yung mga ganon, yun yung aming broad keyword na ginagamit for para sa mga clients namin, and it works because there are a lot of recently on the dashboard ng jobs that I created, no, the ads, no, sa PPC Ad Lab, we have like mga frequencies that are starting from 4 until 1,000. So when I click that, no, yung certain URL na yun, alam ko kung sino yung gumagamit, and I could see what are they using, what are the keywords that makes them, have that kind of frequency in their website. Okay? So, yun yung mga dinidetermine namin in order to provide a good service for our clients. And then, technical SEO is about the speed. I think I shared this on one of my YouTube videos yata. Hindi ko na maalala. But, speed ng page, no? Yung mobile optimization, and then meta tags. Yeah, I remembered. Website designing. I shared about this technical SEO. kaya nga doon, if you're going to remember all of these things, parang magka-crush sa mind mo na parang, masyadong hindi naintindihan. Hindi ko maintindihan ano tong mga to. Hindi ko kayang gawin to. That's what is going on with me during that time. It's like, I don't understand what I'm doing. You know? But I want to understand it. So, I dig deeper on it. I read articles about it. And then, I created it. And it worked. Like a friend of mine, when I was working on I'm having a seminar about the Google My Business, hiningi ko yung permission niya, sabi ko, can I use your company? I'm just going to create this and then do this, And then, at a certain point, sabi niya, yung kinreate mong Google My Business ko is working because a lot of my clients, ang sabi nila, kaya nakita nila yung company ko, it's because they just search Google. Okay? So that's what Google My Business does. So it puts you on the Google Map, sa 3-pack ni Google Map, and then after that, pag may nag-research in a certain area, say for example, nilagyan mo yun ng SEO or keyword na Central Luzon, okay? And then you chop it smaller to Tarlac City, and then you chop it smaller to the barangay. So, lalabas siya, lalabas siya. So, if you notice when you are filling up a form, una, it will ask you about the kung country, and then after country is anong region ka, and then region down to the province, then from province, city, and then barangay, and then your exact address. Diba? So, ganyan yung database. And then that's also how Google is trying to put up all these keywords, and then nilalagay nila sa isang what you call server, and then these servers are in line or attached, connected with Ahrefs, SEMrush, and Google Keyword Planner. So, na-determine lahat yon. So, if you notice, when you research on one thing in Google, say for example, tapos makita mo na nun, like in Facebook, you research something about, say for example, healthy supplements. And then, mapapansin mo nun, may mga lalabas sa feed mo that is all about healthy supplements. Okay? So, kasi, nag-research ka. So, na-connect ngayon, yung keyword na yon sa iyong Facebook profile. Okay? Naka-attach siya. And if you notice, when you do a research in Facebook, merong URL dun sa taas. And it's a combination of letters, numbers, and hindi lang yun basta-basta na it's an odd numbers or parang na-generate lang ng ganon. May meaning yon. Okay? That is what we call the meta tags. Yan, yun yung mga meta tags na tinatawag kasi they are included on the main keyword, and which is users sometimes they click and tick on it. Ayan. Ay, hi, Badet! Malagong Badet! Thank you for watching. Ayan. So, that's another thing. And then, number 6 is leverage visuals and multimedia. So, there are several types of visual content, Like what? Image, infographics, videos, mga GIFs, at saka mga memes. There was a famous memes before, yung hindi ko na po maalala, Your Honor. If you saw that trend, that can add humor, yung husband ko at saka ako, we love to share mga humor in Facebook pag may nakita kami, and that is all about the funny things that married couple does, Kasi in some memes, reality nangyayari yon. So we share it like all about farting and so, it's funny, That's why my friend sabi niya sa akin, kayo talagang mag-asawa, Parang nagtitirahan kayo sa Facebook, pero parang it's so funny to look at it, But it's just the reality of it, right? So, sa mga visual contents kasi, there is a way in order to, yung picture mo, gusto mo siyang yung kumbaga parang it will be put on top of Google, what you can do is geo-tag mo siya or i-image tag mo siya. There is a way there that you can do by, if you click on a certain picture, I will show you. Open muna ako ng isang picture, tapos ipapakita ko siya sa inyo. Tananan! Andali lang. Wait lang, may kumakatok. Yung cute na cute. Tuloy po kayo. Ayan. Yung boss ko dumating. Ay, matutulog na yung boss ko. Matutulog ka na? Malika, show ka muna. Eto na po siya. Ayan. Eto po yung boss ko. You see? Hi everybody! Hello! Bukas pa po ako. Magto 2 years na po ako bukas. Papagupit po ako bukas. Pogi ako bukas. Okay. O, doon ka muna. Doon. Huwag ka dyan. Mainit yung laminating machine. Ayan. So, let me just open a picture. And then, I will try to show you how I do the image tagging. Ayan. Alright. So, teka lang. Ayan. Alright. So, say for example, eto siya. Let me show you this. And this is really interesting and I don't think other people has this done before. Ako hindi pala ano. Okay. So, I have an image here. It's my husband's book. And then, if you right-click on it, lalabas itong menu na to. And then, you go to the properties. Okay? And then, when you go to the properties, uy, bakit ka dyan? Ayan. When you go to the properties, ito yung lalabas, which is general, security, details, previous versions. Now, this is what I did to my friend, no? Sabi ko, send mo sa akin lahat ng pictures na gusto mong ilagay ko doon sa iyong website and doon sa iyong Google My Business. Now, when she sent everything, kinapi ko siya sa aking directory, sa aking computer, and then I started doing this. Okay? I started putting title, I started putting subject, and then I started rating it. Siyempre, magiging bias ako, lalagyan ko siya ng 5-star rating. Okay? And then, every time that you do something on that picture, matrabaho nga lang. Alright? So, halimbawa, ito, I can say, Walking Miracles. Ayan, pasensya na po, tutok system ako ngayon. And then, book on miracles. Kamo lang. Kuning-kuning lang muna natin. And then, rating natin siya 5. Ayan. Ayun. Dapat pala double click. And then, you can add tags here. Lagay mo book. Okay. Tapos siya yung magbibigay ng semicolon. And then, spiritual book to be specific. Okay. Spiritual book. Okay. And then, and so on and so forth. Whatever you wanted to add. And then, you can put comment here. And then, you can put author. Sino yung author? Si Wendell Schultz. That's why, ginawa ko ito when I did post itong book niya sa Amazon. That's why marami na pong bumili ng book niyang ito sa Amazon because of this, what we call image tagging. Then just click apply and then click OK. And then when you open it again, yung properties ng image na yon, look. You go to the details, you see all these things na ginawa ko. Ayan. So it's there. So this, okay, is already image tagged with the picture na meron ka. Alin ba dito? Ito ba yun? Okay, let me go back to it again. Okay. Ayun, siya nga yun. So, ito ang what we call image tagging. Okay? And so, all the clients that we are doing, we are getting there, like if it's a logo, you put the logo there, and then you enter the details that you want, including the title, the subject, and then tags. Alright. Now, ano implication yan? Okay, so let's go. I'll show you the implication of that. No? let me just open a website and then I'll show you. Okay. Okay. Let me show you, kapag nag-research ka sa isang website, alright, and it is commonly used. Alam na alam mo, when a company or a company is SEO'd yung kanyang website. Okay? So, I'll give you, let me just open this. Right, let's see now. Save as. Alright. Okay. So, eto. Try ko lang to. Kasi nag-check muna ako ng website kung sino yung naka-SEO. Alright. Now, let's see this. Okay, let's try this. Ano lang to. Kunin ko lang to. So, I went to this website, no? A website ng isang company namin. Isang client pala namin. And then, ito yung logo nila. So, if I open the logo, open image in a new tab, so there goes the logo. Now, if I try to save the logo, save as, mapapansin ninyo meron siyang generate na file name. Okay? RPM 4C Concordia. Okay? So, this is, RPM is the company name. 4C is the, anong tawag nito, parang brand nila. May mga branding kasi sila kasi RPM is like mga franchise at saka marami silang company that is RPM or Real Property Management. And then, Concordia is the city. So, that is how we SEO'd their logo. Logo pa lang yan. And so, kung pupunta tayo, let me see if this one is SEO'd. Okay. Ito, parang ano lang to. Ayan, oh. May mga pangalan, 'di ba? So, hindi lang siya basta add na picture na nilagay nila diyan. If I go, alright, let's wala sila masyado mga pictures dito. But if you go to their pictures, kasi puro article. Kaya nga pinapabago nila po yung website nila sa amin. Okay, let's see who's this. Open new tab. And then, oh yan. Okay. Now, if you see here, yung kanyang file name is ganyan lang. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ito naka-SEO. Ayan. Oh. Ito yung, kapag nag-take ka ng picture using a camera, diba? Ito siya. DSC ang umpisa niya. And then, yung file, kung pang ilang picture na yon, and then the size of it. So, ito, hindi in SEO or hindi in image tag ito. But if I am the one who's going to do this, no? Sino ba to? He is David, the owner of and president of Real Property Management Concordia. So, ang gagawin ko, ano ko siya. Ayan, no, kung makikita nyo, David Simon, you know, and ito rin yung isang way in order for me to get the name and ano kapag wala siyang pangalan, no? Ang tinitingnan ko yung tagging ng picture ng owner. So that's one way of me researching on several details on lead generation. Actually, yun yung isa sa mga techniques na ginagawa ko. And sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. But there are several things that I do when I research on one person. Meron nga nagsabi sa akin, dahil ko pa daw ang CIA. Hindi naman. It's just that, you know, sometimes you do things that is, you know, if this works, okay, it's good. But not often it works. But there are several ways that you can make things work and get you the result that you want. Alright? So, yun yung image. Infographics is the same thing, and videos, it's the same thing. If you notice, when you, kaya ako, pag nagsisave ako, say for example, this live stream, mamaya, pag sinave ko to, dinownload ko siya using Facebook video downloader, i-rename ko siya. So that when I upload it in YouTube, yung file name niya when people research about, say for example, content, ayan, sa file name niya, meron na siyang nakalagay na content. And then, I go to the properties of this video before I upload it, change the properties or the details of it. And then, i-upload ko na siya nun. And then, that is already an SEO step of doing things. Yan. So, that is a tip, no? Tip yan. Okay. So, enhancing content with visuals. Ako kasi, when I am teaching and coaching, hindi lang siya basta ganito. I prefer to show it to you real time, no? So that you have at least an idea what is going on, what really is it. It's not just saying it to you. It's not just a head knowledge, kumbaga. It's the actual thing, no? And then, also, there is, you can repurpose content, you know, sa YouTube or sa Facebook Reel. There is a side hustle na mga suggestions how you can earn money by just getting a YouTube video and then posting it or repurposing it. Yan. You are turning it into a blog. A blog, you can turn it into videos. There are several ways, no, on how to do that. And then, you can maximize your reach, no, para mas lalo kong maging, kumbaga makita or makipag-engage with a audience. Now, engaging with your audience is you have to build relationship with them and then you encourage user-generated contents. Okay? So, many times, other people, when they are doing live streaming or mga video content, sasabihin nila sa inyo na if you want to know anything. Say for example, kahapon I was watching this ano yun, wire, how to use wire binding machine kasi nga first time ko siyang gagamitin, no? So I was doing that and I was watching and tapos sabi niya, if you want to see more of videos about or tutorials about how to do ring binding, just message or comment down below. So that is the, kumbaga parang ending word for wanting to know more about your audience and wanting to know more about what they really are interested in. Ayan. So the other things that are here, or I will not share it with you anymore because medyo ano na siya, medyo level up na siya, baka mawindang yung mga brain cells ninyo. And plus, we have already reached 1 hour of the live stream kasi I only promise you 1 hour and I want to stick on my words, no, for 1 hour. So, that's it, I think, for today, no. It is all about content creation and some tips. I have given you a tip on how to image tag, ayan, and then before you post it to Facebook, ayan, para mas maganda, or in Google also or in your website, just do the image tagging, no? It only takes a few minutes or at least a few seconds pag nasanay ka na. And like my suggestion is you create one file, alright, either Excel or Word file wherein nandun na lahat yung mga details for what you want to tag on a certain picture. Kasi ako ginagawa ko yun. That's why I have files, I have these folders for each projects that I do. Especially like the website that I am doing right now for a different company, no? Yung friend ko, no? She has a different company that she wants to put in just one website. Sabi ko, it is possible, but you have to provide me with all the pictures and everything. And then, it's a lot of work to do, no? Pero one time lang yun pag ginawa mo siya. That's why I make sure that I have every details of what I am doing for a certain project. Para sa ganon, hindi na ako yung mahihilo, balik-balik, or ano. It's a good thing that even yung mga login credentials ninyo for your social media accounts and for your own, kapag marami kang Facebook, hindi mo na alam ano yung password mo, kung ano yung cellphone number na ginamit mo doon. So, it is always wise to keep or make an Excel worksheet or a document, to contain all those. And make sure that you save it with a password para sa ganun, hindi na o-open ng iba kahit na merong ibang gumamit ng iyong laptop or ng iyong computer. Ayan. Because I do that, and then in my computer, my children cannot access my, kumbaga parang, meron akong certain, di ba sa, computer, you can create several users. So, they can choose the guest user. Yan. It is also safe, for mommies, no? If you want your children to have access with the computer for study purposes, meron lang siyang time na pwede niya magamit yung user na yon or yung persona na yon. You can do that, set it up in your computer. Kasi when my kids were young, kasi isa lang computer namin, tapos ginagamit ko pa, nag-work ako. And then, may mga research silang kailangan gawin when they were young. So, they have to use the computer. So, ang ginagawa ko, may certain time sila, and they cannot, kahit na, halimbawa, nakatulog ako, they want to cheat na i-open nila yung user nilang yon, they cannot open it. I don't know ano yun, hindi ko na maalala kung ano yung ginawa ko noon, but they cannot open it, they cannot access it until like 5 p.m. 5 p.m. si Bunso, tapos 6 p.m. si Panganay, and they are only allowed for 1 hour. For 1 hour, mag-shutdown na yung user na yon. Oo, tapos hindi na nila ma-access ulit. And si Bunso, hindi niya pwede magamit yung password ni kuya niya kasi yung si kuya niya ayaw niyang ipagamit dahil kapag nagamit na ni Bunso yung kanyang time, he lost his time in using the computer. So, something to think about sa mga mommies, no? It is always naman kasi good na merong idea sa mga anak natin in using computers and the technologies. And also, meron namang restrictions. You want to restrict them from explicit websites, you can do that. No, there is a way on doing that because I did it before. Yan, I did it before, and it really worked for me in putting discipline to my children in terms of using technologies. Ayan. Tapos yung mga phone ng mga anak ko noon, keypad lang. Ganite. Tuwang-tuwa na si Wendell tuloy. Tuwang-tuwa na si Eros noon nung nabilang ko siya ng ganitong cellphone. Yeah. Ayan, namatay na ito cellphone. So, tuwang-tuwa siya na may ganito siyang cellphone. So, I bought them only this kind of cellphone noon kapag nasa school sila just for communication purposes. Ayan. So, tapos naka-all text lang mga yan, no? Because, of course, I'm work from home and then pinapa-service ko lang sila, and kapag medyo late na yung, yung service, doon ako nagte-text at nagtatanong sa kanila or sila yung sasabi sa akin, Mami, malilate kami, baha sa ganito. Ayan. So, it's okay. So, with that saying, I think marami na naman akong nasabi. Yeah. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in with me, A Day with Your Lady Boss GBA. My name is Jennifer Schultz, and looking forward to seeing you once again tomorrow, no? Parang ang bilis ng panahon. It's already Thursday, and tomorrow is, thank God, it's Friday. Ayan. So, 2 days more to go. And magkita-kits tayo sa Buffet 198, The Junction, Tarlac City. Serving lunch at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and dinner at 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. Unlimited yon, no? 198, eat all you can. Ayan, or all you can eat buffet. Ayan, at The Junction, Tarlac City. Masarap siya. It's Filipino food. Yan. So, thank you again, and God bless everybody. Bye!